everyone, I'm Emily Groover and this is The Community Show, a monthly-based show that brings you your local news, sports, and events for the month. And for this month, the Tractor Fun Run made its way through town to raise money for the charities of Floyd. For 10 years, tractor lovers and restorers have come from all over to be a part of the famous ride. The day consisted of a tractor ride, a lunch at Minnie West's farm, and performances from the Back Porch Cloggers and the Miller Brothers Band. Dale Thompson and Larry Bishop have been organizing the event from the start and want the community to know how appreciative they are for all their support to continue doing the run.
It started as help from the medical charities in Floyd County to help out the children that had catastrophic illness or disease, and we started at that and we're kept it with that. It's for the children in Floyd County. We really want to help them out, and I think it's been a good success.
It's been a good event for us. When we lost the 3 kids, Floyd County, when we started this, Larry and I decided we needed to do something for the kids, and all the money's raised stays in Floyd County, and we've had the privilege of helping about 10 different kids over the years with it, and we're honored this year to be able to help 2 extra kids that's with medical problems, and this is what it's about, the children. It's about the children. The money that we've raised in the last 10 years is about $38,000, and that went to medical charities, and it's been distributed to the families.
We think we're going to have at least 200 tractors and probably 700 to 800 people. So it's grown every year, and we're proud that it has grown. It's really done good. We just thank the people of Florida, even around the different states come. So we've got a good representation for all the states around Virginia.
We're going to go. We'll leave here and go across Needmore, and then go through town, and then we'll go down Franklin Pike, and then we'll cut across Shooting Creek, and then Starbuck. We'll be riding back through the country roads of Floyd County, and we'll meet at the Minnie West farm. That's where we'll have our lunch at. She's prepared the lunch every year for 10 years for this, and we're really grateful and thankful for her for doing this. We should be at the lunch break in about 3 hours and a half. Be there.
We have pig pulling today. We have live music. We have toys for the bouncing toys for the children. We have a train down there. We have a train here for the rides. So there's all kinds of things for everybody.
We're going to be giving away a toolbox for the tractor drivers. Every tractor driver that enters will have a chance on a toolbox. And then everyone will have a chance on a 40-inch flat screen TV. And we're giving away a cornhole game with that. And then
we got a John Deere throw that we'll be giving away. We're running a 50-50. Whoever wins that gets half of the proceeds with that. So it's good. Yeah.
You can catch the full 2016 Tractor Fun Run right here on CCTV on Saturdays at 9 a.m. and Sundays at 7:30 p.m. for the month of September. And the ribbon was just cut for a brand new business here in Floyd County on the corner of Main Street, Salvage Chic. I got to meet with the owner, Linda, who told me more about Salvage Chic and how it got started.
My name is Linda Blair, and my position here at Salvage Chic is owner, picker, cleaner-upper. Salvage Chic is a place where I want to be creative, interact with the community, enjoy the surroundings and the people that do come in and out of the store. And it's a place for me to share the collections that it is that I have collected for years and move them on to other areas. I have been sharing stuff that I've collected in a number of different ways for years. I've done things for friends, I've done things for businesses, but I have recently done some things that were very similar to a store, only on a smaller scale, such as a vendor mall. So I would have a space in a vendor mall where there would be 20 to 200 other people selling different items. Maybe they're doing home decor, perfume, clothing, things like that. But I tend to just get a small booth that has just an eclectic collection of art and junk and treasures and just fun and interesting things to look at. I fell in love with Floyd, visited a couple of times. By the third time that I was visiting, I was looking at real estate and found a very small ranch home just outside the city limits, which I like a lot. It was next to the property that's going to be developed for the Jubilee co-housing co-op community that is being formed, and I really liked being connected with that. I liked the area where that is. I liked being really close to town, but yet feeling very country, which is where the home is. Also, while I was shopping here in town, I met next door Jeannie O'Neill at her little boutique and just fell in love with the people who were there. There was a dear woman named Barbara working that day, and a customer was shopping, and the customer and I have since become friends. But it was, interestingly enough, the first week that she had spent completely and fully in Floyd after moving from Pennsylvania. So we started talking. We ended up having dinner at Mickey G's and sharing all of these things, what was interesting about Floyd. And Jeannie, throughout all of this connections, Jeannie ended up saying, well, you should have a shop, and next door the attorney is going to be retiring and that space will be available. So I called Brenda Gallimore, and she said, yes, indeed, the space is going to be available. Let's get together and talk about it. We came over, we looked at it. I sat down in the office with Brenda and Moyer and told them that my plans for the space would be more than likely to tear it apart if I rented it. And if anyone who's listening knows or has met Brenda, she's just so sweet. And she very politely and very calmly just looked at me and said, and what do you mean by that? So I explained tearing it apart. The process was about 4 months, and we absolutely tore down walls. We went down to the original floor. We were very fortunate to find that there was a beautiful wooden floor when we tore up the 3 layers that we had to tear up. Took down, I think, 3 walls, 2 doors, and a window. Opened up the ceiling, ran conduit for lighting. Just really wanted to create a funky kind of urban space, but that still retained a lot of the character of the original building. And I really feel like we have accomplished that as our goal. But it did take about 4 months to do that, and had a lot of really wonderful people helping when we were here. There were so many different people who were available to help at each stage, which is one of the things that I really enjoy about being here in Floyd. Was when I really needed stuff just ripped apart and everything was grungy. I had 2 young fellas who were available, who didn't have anything going on. They normally have jobs in the summer or busy. One of them I know most people know is Seth Custer, who plays in the top Papa Tom band. And another young fella, Skylar Askey, and he does a lot of photography and video here in town, and they were available to help. When I opened the store, Holly Rhodes was available, and Alex Schaff. So we just really had a great time getting to know a lot of very different people. as we were tearing everything apart, we got to know the people at Blue Ridge. We got to know the people at the Floyd Country Store. We got to know people at Dogtown. And it was just really wonderful for me to be able to come into town from a big city. I came from Charlotte, and it was so sweet, and it just warmed me up and made me feel so comfortable to just feel welcome and included. And that's part of why I did it, was because I really wanted to accomplish something interesting. I wanted to take something from old and very different and transform it into what I felt was a vision of creativity and history at the same time. Here in the store, the question that I get asked most often is, where do you get your stuff? Do you take consignment? And most people have something they think is very valuable and would like for me to buy it. I'm going to say that half of the things that you see here are actually mine, that I have had, I've collected and traveled all over the country and have had several very large houses. And like many people at this stage of our lives, when you're thinking about retirement and more flexibility in your lives, you want to downsize, you want to get rid of some of what you consider to be excess, and that's majority of what is here is mine, is what I've collected. I also have a lot of parts and pieces that come in smaller batches that are my parents, my friends, my neighbors, my family. As soon as they hear I've got a store, people start saving boxes for me. So when I go to visit anyone now, I come back with pieces and parts. I come back with little boxes of inventory. I have people who are strangers who will come into the store and say, I have some pieces, would you be interested? And I would typically purchase them outright. But I love garage sales. I love tag sales. I like Goodwill, and you can always find some really awesome treasures. I have some jewelry that is made by a local school teacher here. She works at the Montessori school, and that's Alexander. And I love her funky jewelry. She just has a great aesthetic. She combines fibers with found objects, and so I buy jewelry from Ella. I make some of the things that are here. I have a lot of fabric. I've been in the sewing and design industry for most of my life, so I've done alterations for Marshall Fields for years, so I will hem prom dresses for you. I have a couple of fellas who bring in their jeans and I mend their jeans. I like making aprons and customizing an apron for people. I've done something recently for a young gal who is a chef, and she wanted her apron a specific color and designed a specific way, and so I did that for her. So I really am enjoying using my stash, using fabric, buttons, linens, things that I've collected for years. I like being able to finally use those things in that creative way. I have a small line of clothing. The dress that I'm wearing, this dress jacket, is from a gal in Florida, and the line is all natural fibers, all hand dyed and made without buttons or zippers. So it's kind of a fun little way to think about wearing something that's easy and comfortable without any closures that are traditional. I have tie-dye by a local fella, and his name is James Herndon, and most people know James. He does sound at the Dogtown. But he's been doing tie-dye for just years and years, and I love his tie-dye. He's got a great aesthetic, just an incredible eye with color, and they're very identifiable. I've had people come in and without even knowing, looking at the tag, they know that they're beandogs, tie-dyes. So that's what's really fun about having that. So I do have a few things that I add in every once in a while when I get a relationship with someone and we like what kinds of items they create, and they're a good mix for the store. Here in this building, there's 3 stories. The first story is the chamber and is Salvage and Chic. The second story in this building are some offices. I believe Red Rooster Coffees has an office upstairs. There's a couple other business offices. But on the third story is at the front of the building are studios for Avon and Lori. It's Blind Cat Studios, and they came and talked to me about having some type of a Friday art walk, or we were just brainstorming. What could we do that would be creative and would be fun? And we both, the 3 of us just said, oh my gosh, we have a huge parking lot. And on Saturday morning, we could really get that parking lot in kind of a rotation. We've got out front, is the main walk. So if you go to the left, you're going to get to the light and then turn and go to what is considered our main drag, where the Floyd Country Store is. But if you turn right and just slide down the alley, you're going to get to the back parking lot and immediately connect to the Saturday market. We just said, let's do a market of our own. So we now have a side-by-side where Salvage and Chic does an outside setup with pop-ups, and Blind Cat Studio does a setup. And so all the art is in the back, and then I bring all kinds of stuff from storage and just pull things out. So we kind of have a flea market art fair in our back lot that is just in conjunction with the Saturday market. So we do that. We've decided to do it the second Saturdays of the month, and we're going to do it again in September and again in October. So we're going to try 3 times is the charm, I think, and if it goes as well as it has for the first one, our plans will be to do this next year, but on a regular basis. Everyone I have met has just been open, friendly, just sharing a phone number or names of people who can help you, or who I might be interested in talking to, or they'll immediately write down a list of places I should go and visit, or have you tried this, or I've had experience with X and Y and here's a route that you should try. So I just ask my questions and everyone just comes to your aid. It's just really a lovely feeling, and I find that often here. Being in the store, one of my favorite things is to meet the people who are visiting Floyd. So in the store, I get a flow of people who are local. There are certainly the people who want to come in and immediately they're like, this wasn't what this was. And so I get to explain that, and then they recall it. And some people have watched it from us tearing it down. They've watched the whole process, because the street, I can literally walk out and shake somebody's hand in who's paused at the stoplight if I want to, and that is what's fun, is people can drive by, they can watch what's going on in the store, they've seen us working, they've seen us hauling stuff out, and some people have watched the entire process, and some people have come to Floyd, maybe they've got a summer cabin, and all of a sudden they're back in town and they're surprised, but they're really pleased to see. I think the block has really kind of awakened, and the new people, the people who are tourists or travelers or visitors, they're all just full of questions, and they want to know what places to see, what places to go. The chamber being right next door is just wonderful. The people who are there just have all the answers for every little activity that is going on. And the fun part for me is just getting to know people from everywhere. This is amazing how many people come from, I've met people from Alaska, Australia, Japan, Korea, Dallas, Texas, California, Florida, Boston. I could just go on and on. This, the trail, the Blue Ridge Parkway, and just the mountains. People come through on their RVs. They come through on their Volkswagen buses. There are people from Europe. I met a young couple who were backpacking from Italy last week. So it's just a real delight and pleasure to meet so many different people just right here in this little tiny town that just feels comfortable and familiar to me. We are definitely going to be having some classes in the slowdown. As the tourist season winds down, and I haven't experienced this yet, but I've been told that there will be a slowdown. So when that happens, I have a second room here, and I'd like to be able to teach some sewing or some do-it-yourself classes. I really love the Annie Sloan chalk paint product, and I have been teaching some classes just one-on-one. If someone buys a piece of furniture, a table, a chair, a mirror, I have been working this past week with Susan from Blue Ridge, who bought a mirror and she wanted a different finish on it, so we are working on doing a different and interesting finish that matches her decor, and she's learning about chalk paint and faux finishing at the same time. I have had little jewelry classes with Ella and a couple of friends, and my background in sewing just leads me to know that I will more than likely do some classes in sewing, and I just want to do that in the slow time. I think that would be more community involved. It'll be more focused. It'll be more specific to someone actually talking to me about a need or a desire that they have, and I'll build a class around it and for that. Next month we will also have a launch of, I have a partner. We are going to have a small footprint here in the store for Coco Mia by Morgan Oland, and we'll be having some gourmet chocolates in the store, which I'm terribly excited for. Who doesn't love chocolate? So she'll be making some lovely chocolates, truffles, barks, caramels, and creams, and we'll have a big display of that here. And hopefully for our holiday season, we'll just have a wonderful addition to Salvage and Chic.
Make sure you stop by Salvage and Chic during your next trip to town. Their hours are Monday and Thursday from 11 to 5 p.m., Fridays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Floyd County Economic Development Authority is hosting free business training sessions at the Floyd Innovation Center starting on September 12th here in Floyd County. Here's Ladina Martin to give you more information on how you can get involved, register, and a chance to win some cash prizes for your business ideas.
We're happy to invite people to participate in the Floyd C4, which is a business development series. This is our second time of doing it. It's free and open to the public. Anybody who has a business idea or maybe has an existing business that they want to learn more about growing their business. It begins on Monday, September the 12th. And will be weekly from 6 p.m. to 8:30. Most of them are on Monday evenings, a couple are on Tuesday evenings. We will have a variety of speakers, everything from an overview of business planning. We will also have someone talking about how to come up with your business idea, marketing your business. We will have a roundtable one night with some local experts. Will Griffin, Jim Short, and George Slusher will be there to answer questions about accounting, attorney, legal questions, or insurance questions for starting or growing your business. One of the most exciting parts of the program is that we have a business competition. So if you're interested in doing that part, you can actually compete for up to a $5,000 prize to help your business grow. If you want to do the business pitch competition to compete for the prizes, you'll need to write a simple business plan, and it will be due after the series of 6 workshops. You'll have an extra week to do that. And then 2 weeks after the workshops end is when the pitch competition is. So you'll have 10 minutes to explain your business idea, and then after that there will be a few minutes for question and answer with the judges. Our judges will be from outside the county, so trying to make sure that it's very fair to everyone. So the pitch competition is on Tuesday, November the 1st. We plan to announce the winners of the prizes that night after everyone has pitched and we've had time to calculate the winners according to their scores on the written business plan and on the pitch. The last work session of the series will tell you how to do the pitch if you're doing the business competition. It's also helpful for people even if they're not doing our pitch competition. We call it learning to do an elevator pitch. You just learn to speak comfortably about your business idea with people, whether you're in an elevator and you've got 30 seconds, or whether you're in the grocery store, or whether you're making a formal pitch to potential investors or customers. Just learning to be comfortable speaking about your business. A key thing on deciding about starting a business is your business idea, and then learning how to test that idea with others before you put a lot of money into trying to start a business, to make sure that you're on the right track and that there are customers out there that are interested in your product or service. So in this series we will spend a fair amount of time talking about that. How do you test out your idea and know that it's a good idea worth trying? We have a sponsorship so far from the Bank of Floyd. They're donating money to help us provide food for the first 4 nights of the sessions, so that way people won't have to rush around and get dinner before we start at 6. We're thinking that the last 2 nights that we can encourage people, they can stop by a food truck on their own before that's at the Harvest Moon beforehand. And the last night we might do a potluck if everybody's interested in that. But we're trying to make it as easy for everyone as we can. The first 4 nights food will be prepared. You just pick it up on your way in, and then you'll be able to have that while the instruction starts. We plan to have this be as interactive as possible, so while there will be kind of teachers or instructors up front, there will be time for interaction and questions with everyone. I find a lot of times that's where you learn the most, when you're able to hear ideas from other people. And if you want to practice doing your elevator pitch, we will have a sign-up sheet so that starting the second night, people can sign up and practice and get some feedback from everyone there. The cash prizes will be up to $5,000. You can make a request with your business plan when you turn it in, how much that you would like to receive if you win, and the top amount would be $5,000. If you don't need $5,000 to launch your business, you can make a request for less. Also, winners will have an opportunity for discounted lease space at the Floyd Innovation Center. The top winner will get their first choice of available spaces, and they'll get 25% discount if they're interested in leasing there for 1 year. The Czech store, the old farm store out on 221, that's about 9 miles out of Floyd, that is being beautifully refurbished, and the owners of that are offering a discount, a $300 incentive for anyone who wins the C4 and wants to lease there. And just for completing the C4, they're willing to offer a $100 discount on their spaces there. So there are definitely a lot of incentives. The Chamber is also offering free membership to the winners. So the community is really pitched in to get behind this idea. So if you're interested in participating in the Floyd C4, you do need to register, particularly if you want to participate in the pitch competition. You must register by Wednesday, September the 7th at 4 p.m. You go online at yesfloydva.org, again, yesfloydva.org, and you will see a place to click there that you can register. If you don't have ready access to that right now, you can also call the county office at 745 9300 and ask to speak to Ladina or Katie, and we can get you registered for it. But there is a deadline because we need to know how many slots so that we can be planning the pitch competition and how long that will take. So we're pleased to bring you the Floyd C4. It's a collaboration between the Floyd County EDA, the County of Floyd, the Town of Floyd, the Floyd County Chamber of Commerce, the Floyd County Tourism Development Council, as well as sponsors like the Bank of Floyd. We've also had an anonymous donation to help make the meals possible. And we really appreciate citizens for helping promote this and get the word out to the community.
And citizens will be hosting a dog walk here to raise money for the Floyd County Humane Society on September 24th. Here are some ladies from the Humane Society to tell you a little bit more about the event and what the money is going towards.
I'm Suzanne Piovano, and I am the Vice President of the Humane Society. And I also work a lot with the fundraising committees trying to promote our cause. We just had a big Pause Cause event, dinner and silent auction, which is a great big fundraiser for us. This month in September, on September 11th, we'll be at Chateau Morissette up on the Parkway for a lovely day. We have a pet adoption, and we call Pet Adoption Plus because we also have crafters and craft tables there. We'll have dogs and cats and other rescue groups. We work a lot with other groups too, and they'll be bringing some animals there for adoption. Of course, September 24th is our dog walk with citizens telephone. And this will be the second year that we're doing this. And last year, the prizes for the dog walks were cakes. I'm not sure exactly if that's what's going to be again this year, but we'll have a rabies clinic from 10 to 1. And we'll have crafters there. We're going to have an animal blessing at noontime. The pastor from Mount Elbert Church will be coming. And as long as your dog's on a leash and any of your other animals you want to bring have to be in a crate. The same thing for the rabies clinic. Dogs on a leash, cats in a crate, and please keep the animals in the car until your turn is called. The rabies clinic will be $12, and if you have proof that you had a previous rabies vaccination, bring that, and then your vaccination will be good for 3 years. Otherwise, it's good for 1 year. We're at the Artisan Market every Friday night with a craft table. We'll be at the Floyd County Arts and Crafts Show October 1st and 2nd. We'll be at Cinquin Farms Pumpkin Festival every Saturday in October. And then the first weekend in December, we'll be at the Jacksonville Center for Winterfest.
I'm Sarah Sowers. I'm a fairly new member to the Humane Society, but I work at the dog shelter at ACC. And we keep from 1 to 7 dogs there, and I just go in and volunteer and walk the dogs and take care of them. We have an application that's online on the website, which is just floydcountyhumanesociety.org, and people can see some of the available pets that are up for adoption there, and they can also submit an application there. Depending upon what type of animal you're adopting, there are certain things, criteria that have to be met, such as adequate housing. If you have small children or other pets, we just like to make sure it's a good fit for the family. So
you could give a call to our, it's a voicemail phone number, 745-7207. Just leave a message, or you can email us and just let us know that you're interested in volunteering. And we have many opportunities for volunteers. You do not have to foster a dog or a cat, so don't think that's what you have to do. You do not have to do any hands-on work with dogs or cats if you don't want to get involved with that. It could be something as simple as helping us at some of these events, working at one of the craft tables, filling out paperwork when we do our rabies clinic. Of course, the state mandates that it has to be a veterinarian that gives the rabies vaccine, but we just have members and volunteers filling out the certificates to hand out to people. So it's some very easy things just to kind of get people to get to know us, get to know a little bit about what we do, how we get involved with helping the community. We're especially proud of, besides our dog and cat rescues and adoptions, of course, we're especially proud of two big programs that we have. One is our spay-neuter program, and that has made a tremendous difference in the county. Last year, we assisted in spay-neutering 333 cats and dogs. 148 of them were feral cats or barn cats. And every month, the first Tuesday of the month, Mountain View Humane Spay-Neuter Clinic comes with a truck from Christiansburg or Roanoke. They meet us behind the Exxon station in Floyd, which is across from Hardee's, and we will load 25 to 30 dogs and cats every month from the citizens of the county, and that way they don't have to travel to the spay-neuter clinic themselves. This is a low-cost spay-neuter. Mountain View also offers assistance through their program based on need. A lot of people have a lot of barn cats, feral cats, and we can help you get those animals spay-neutered. We have humane traps that people can get from us and trap their cat and bring it to be spay-neutered. And we've helped a lot of people in the community in that way. Especially a lot of our older citizens who suddenly, end up with 20 cats. We used to do a lot of trapping ourselves. It's a bit harder for us right now, but we hope to be able to go back to that at some point in time. But right now we work with the families. And a lot of times it's the adult children of their parents will say, okay, there's just too many cats around my parents' house. We can give you the traps, they'll spay neuter, and we can get them fixed for the families. Now, we can't, unfortunately, we'd love to be able to take in every animal that is a stray, and unfortunately we can't. And we do ask people to have patience with us when they call or when they email us, because we are an all-volunteer organization and a non-profit, but we would love for this to be our full-time jobs, but it's just not. And especially our phone mail, it may be a day or two before we're able to get back in touch with you, and the same thing with our email. And what we usually do is try to work with the people and say, send us pictures of the animal, we'll post it. We have a very busy Facebook and very popular Facebook page. On our website also, we have something called Critters Around Town that we could post pictures of animals. So we try to help the citizens find homes for their strays, even if we cannot bring them in. And unfortunately, just like other humane societies, we have a waiting list of people trying to find homes for, say, a litter of kittens that a stray cat suddenly had underneath their porch. But we do ask people to have patience with us because we do want to help you. It's just, sometimes it's overwhelming. The other program that we're especially excited about and very proud of is our partnership with Plenty Food Bank, which is the food bank in Floyd County. And we get pet food donated to us that we go and buy. It's from a rescue up in Verona, Virginia. And we'll bring back a pallet or 2 pallets of dog food, sometimes cat food, and we rebag it into smaller size bags and bring it over to Plenty. And it's offered to the people that come, the families that come there to the food bank. They're also able to pick up pet food, and in that way they're able to keep their pets, their companion pets, for themselves, for their children, even though they might be in a needy situation, even temporarily. And the decision between, do I feed my child, do I feed my pet? This is one way that we're able to help. And last year we were able to donate 3.4 tons of pet food to Plenty.
One dog that we have up for adoption at this time, his name is Macy. She is a great, really sweet, loving dog. She's about 3 years old. She's a small dog. I would say she's 40 pounds or less. She's housebroken. She's great with children. She came to us as a family was having a new baby, and she needed to be rehomed. But she is a wonderful dog. So she'll be at the dog walk if she hasn't been adopted before then.
We hope to see you on September 24th here at the Dog Walk, but until then, citizens will be accepting donations, so if you have any pet food or toys or bed supplies that you would like to donate, please bring them by the office, and we are accepting those donations until September 24th. If you have a dog that you want to bring to the Dog Walk, make sure it's on a leash, and a cat should be in a crate. And we hope you come by and see the furry friends that are up for adoption so we could get them good homes. Siri, what's the definition of home?
Home means the place where one lives permanently, especially as a member of a family or household.
Yes, but it means much more than that.
I'm not sure I understand.
Let me explain. Home is where we start, where we grow, where we learn, and where we work, where we fight, where we care, where we eat, and where we sleep. Home is family, and it's where we feel safe.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
That's okay. Citizens Home Security has you covered.
And Friday Night Football has kicked off, and we are excited to be streaming all the Floyd County High School football games live here on CCTV Channel 20. We will be re-airing those games, so to look up when a game will re-air, you can go to citizens.coop and look at the CCTV webpage at the program guide. We thank our sports sponsors and the community for showing their support and showing us their Buffalo pride. And that's all for our community show. And as always, if you have any news or events that you would like to put on the show, you can look at our new webpage. Under the CCTV page, there will be the community show tab, and you could submit an ad through there. Or you can give us a call at 540-745-2111 or email us at marketing@citizens.coop. I'm Emily Groover, and thank you for watching the community show. We'll see you next time.